Hi guys, welcome to another Buzzin walkabout here on Buzzin Pattaya. And today, as you can see, I'm down here in the hub of Soi Buakhao. And today's walk, I'm going to go up Soi LK around the block, and we're going to go and have a look at the new buildings that they're making up where the restaurant area is going to be. And we're going to head down Soi Excite and back here. So it should be quite an interesting walk because there's a few things that are happening, etc, etc. I want to say a few welcomes on the channel first before we head off. Excuse me, I'm getting eaten by these bloody mozzie things. I want to say hello to Derek Minnie Hain, Pattaya Man Dan, Brendan Balmain, Travis Zizzle and Summit, and also hi to Stephen Hammond. Guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining the channel. Please remember to send me through your email 247pattaya@gmail.com. Send me through a picture of yourself, your username on the channel, and also your password. Make up any password you want that you can use just to verify yourself if need be, and I will in turn send you back your digital ID card, which you can show in many places around here now and claim your discounts back, so not bad at all. All right guys, so I'm going to turn the camera around in a second. We're going to head off up Soi LK first, and today's topic, today's question is, I'll pause quickly for you because I'm sure you're admiring the view. Today's topic is, where's the best place to live? Is it better to live here in the Pattaya City area, on the dark side, Jomtien, Naklua, or maybe over in Pratamnak? And we're going to cover off what each area offers and the benefits of living in both of the, in any of those areas, shall I say. So okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to head up, and we're going to head off up to Soi LK to start with. So let's get cracking. Okay, so today's video might sound a little bit muffled, and that's purely because obviously we have to wear our masks now. I'm led to believe, I might be wrong, but I'm led to believe that if you don't wear your mask, it's up to a 20,000 baht fine, so I'm informed. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've been told. Okay, so Soi LK Metro is where we're heading up, and I'll point out a few places to you as we go. But the question was, where do you live and what are the benefits of where you live here in this area? So the first place has to be taken into consideration, obviously, the Pattaya City area. Now, the thing about living in the city centre is you are literally a stone's throw away from everything, which from the outset, you might think, well, that's not a bad idea. However, if you are not strong-willed and you give in to temptation, you may well be out and about every single night. And in all fairness, that might sound good to start with, but it probably isn't what you want to be doing long term, because, you know, there's one thing coming here on holiday and having a crack, there's one thing living here. And if you're constantly out drinking and partying, it does take its toll eventually. So, you know, maybe having everything at your disposal is possibly, look at this car, look, look. How cool is that? Brilliant. Yeah, having everything at your disposal probably in the long run may not be your best friend. Of course, in the traffic, in the tourist time, sorry, when things resume, you're then going to have to experience all of the tourism here, the party life, the nightlife. If you're living in the city centre, it may be a bit too much for you. So, you know, these are things you want to consider in terms of actually putting down your base camp here and living here, because, you know, if you don't want to be surrounded by hundreds of people partying all night, if you're not that strong-willed and you go out and enjoy yourself a little bit too much too often, it does become a downward spiral very, very rapidly. So just be aware of those kind of things, because they are things you really do need to consider. Also, because you're in the city centre, particularly if you're living here, then you've also got to accept the fact that you will pay a little bit more than other areas, because obviously here is attracted towards the tourists, and you're going to be paying slightly more than before, than the normal prices. Sorry, I paused them because unfortunately, let me show you, this was a Nuru massage place. Sadly, it's gone, which is a real shame, because if you don't know what a Nuru massage is, trust me, you've missed out. You really have. So hopefully they'll reopen somewhere else. So okay, so yeah, the Pattaya City area, like I say, slightly overpriced, everything's at your doorstep, can get busy, can get very noisy. Me personally, I would not choose to live in the city centre, me personally. Now, if you go across Sukhumvit Road from the city centre and you're heading up towards Bangkok Way, When you cross the Sukhumvit Road, that is now what we class as East Pattaya, or more commonly known as the dark side. That is a much more relaxed area, a much more home from home kind of situation in terms of it's very laid back. There's not a lot of activity in terms of go-go bars and stuff like that. There's none of that over there. It really is a home from home. And talking of home from homes, here you go, the old Retox site. Sadly, that's no more. I'm sure many of you on this channel, I'm sure, have been in Retox that used to be up here in Soi Lanki, but sadly, it is no more. So when you go over to East Pattaya, to the dark side as we nicknamed it, and the reason it's called the dark side, as my knowledge, is because there was a lack of lighting back in the day. So at night time, when you walked around, it was pretty bleak and very dark. The positives of living over there are it's more relaxed, it's a lot cheaper. There's a lot of expat community on the dark side. So if you are looking to meet new friends and have what we would consider to be a more normal home from home style of life, then that's probably one of your best bets. The only thing I would say about living over on the dark side is everything is fairly spread out. You're going to need a motorbike or some form of transport, because you know it's not like in the city centre where you can go from bar to bar to bar. We got areas over in East Pattaya, so we got like Soi Khao Talo, Soi Khao Noi, Soi Nampagwan, Soi Siam country. These are like areas that basically people tend to hang out in. And just want to show this one. Look at this. Who stayed here? Anybody stayed here? At the TK. Look at that, TK residence. Nice. And it's my initials. How cool is that? If only I had some financial investment in it. So the dark side is very spread out, but it's good for making friends. There's a lot of expats there, and I live over that area. I prefer it. Oh, sorry, my camera's done a bit of a wobbler. I prefer it. It seems to be a lot more chilled out. The other side of the coin, though, is if you are wanting to come into the town, you're going to have to get a taxi, and you can use this new app that I was talking about the other day about Bolt. It's a really good app, and it's very, very cheap at the moment. So you know, I've not had any problems with it personally. I found the service to be prompt, reliable, and very, very cheap. So getting in and out of town, you are going to need transport. And I would say the dark side is probably more aimed at families than it is aimed at single guys. But having said that, there are a lot of retirees over on the dark side, and as I said earlier, you know, it's a great place to meet lots of new people. And for me, I think it's a nice place. I would stay there. Well, I do stay there. So if you go from the city centre and you head east, so you're looking at the map and you've got Pattaya in front of you. If you look east, then you're going to head over towards Pratamnak. And Pratamnak is not somewhere I know a huge amount about, simply because I don't really go there. They've got the water park and they've got that dreaded damn zip line that I've got to fly myself down, which I'm really not forward to. And it's quite small. I believe back in the day there was a lot more Russians and Scandinavians there, but please don't hold me to that because I'm not 100% sure. But Pratamnak, yeah, I mean, there's a few restaurants there. I believe there's a few bars there. Would I go there? Personally, no. All right, so this is the new area that they're building. You can see here, it really does look nice. And there's clearly more to come yet. As you can see, a lot of building work's currently being constructed. What they're doing there, truthfully, I have no real idea, so I can't tell you because I'll be lying if I did. But it does, as you can see there, look very, very impressive. And I think once this is all back to the new normal and lit up and there's lots of people here, I think that would be pretty cool, to be fair. Okay, so Pratamnak, yeah, I mean, it's a very small area. Nice beaches in Pratamnak, to give them the credit. But again, in my opinion, and please guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, so correct me if I'm wrong if you've got more experience there. But I do feel that it's a little bit small and not a lot goes on in there, but I could well be wrong. All right, let's keep walking in. Now, if you go past Pratamnak, you're now going to come into Jomtien. And Jomtien, in my opinion, is very similar to the dark side, only better. And the reason I say it's better is simply because, number one, the beach is there, so you're only a small, short walk away from the beach. They have a large expat community there. There's a lot of bars there. I know right now many of them are closed, obviously, but in general, there's a lot of bars there. And also, there's a lot of good restaurants in Jomtien, good restaurants, and you can easily find accommodation. There's a lot of accommodation available in Jomtien. Condos were being thrown up left, right and center. So you will never be short of finding somewhere to stay. So the downside, obviously, is if you want to come into the town center, then you're going to have to jump on the BART bus. You have to do that. There's no way you can walk it. Well, I suppose you could if you really wanted to, but sod that. But basically, you got to get a BART bus to get yourself in to Jomtien, and then you'll have to get a taxi home. So that to me is a bit of a negative part. The only good side about being near Jomtien is if you go up Pattaya Road, you've got the huge Tesco's there. So if you are living here and you want to go and do your weekly or your monthly shop, excuse me, then that's an ideal location for you. There are also some more expat food shops popping up around in Jomtien. So again, that's an indication that there are more and more expats living there. So for me, Jomtien, I love Jomtien. I don't stay there simply because I live over on the dark side and I can't be bothered to get up and move. Now, look across the road here. I mentioned this place a couple of times. King's Club. Now, it used to be the old Bliss Lounge. If you remember the Bliss Lounge, then you remember what that was for. And this is the King's Club. And trust me, you go through those doors and you will come out very satisfied. Let's leave it at that. Very satisfied. And the weird thing is a lot of the girls in there, if you buy them a drink, it's like a magic wand. Things start falling off and they lose articles of clothing. It's really interesting. All right, so we're now heading down the side of this new area. And I've got to say, it does look really good. I can't wait for this to open. When that will be, your guess is as good as mine. But nevertheless, it will open eventually. All right, so we talked about the city centre. We spoke about the dark side, East Pattaya. We spoke about Pratamnak. We spoke about Jomtien. If you was to go to the west, if you're looking down at a map and Pattaya is in the centre, if you was to head to the west, you would then go to Naklua. Naklua in its day was good, was busy. A lot of Germans, Scandinavians live over in that way, as do quite a lot of English. It is a busy area and there's a lot goes on there. There's bars, there's clubs, they've got, not clubs, sorry, there's bars and restaurants. There's also a nice beach there. Where is he? Look. Oh, sorry. How can they sit in the sun like that for hours? Amazes me. All right, there we go. Look, not bad at all. Okay, let's keep coming down. Yeah, so Naklua is it's a nice place to visit, and they've got an incredible fish market. I will do a video of the fish market one morning. It really is unbelievable, and some beautiful restaurants in Naklua as well. Really, you know, Momaroy, places like that. If you go to these, you really are in for a treat, I promise you. So you've got really those kind of areas. You've got the city centre, East Pattaya, you've got Pratamnak, you've got Naklua, and you've also got Jomtien. So there's a lot of areas you can choose from. Personally, I would recommend, before you even consider living in any area, 100% rent first. And I say that for the simple reason being is you get an opportunity to test it for yourself before you commit pen to paper. Incidentally, Bacon Brew here on the right hand side, really good restaurant, lovely breakfast, got an incredible good bread selection, really nice. So if you haven't been to Bacon Brew, check it out. It really is a nice place. Okay, so let's keep walking. So yeah, as I said, you know, if you see an area that you consider, please guys, you know, rent first. Check it out, see what you think. It may seem like on the outside it's perfect, but when you start getting into the nuts and bolts, you might think to yourself, do you know what, this isn't really for me. And you know, it's an easy mistake to make. Okay, it's hot today, I tell you. The last few days have been really hot. But mustn't complain, better than freezing your nuts off somewhere in Europe. I know a couple of the guys on the channel were saying only yesterday in one of the live chats how cold it was. So I must admit, I have to be grateful for that. Okay, so the P Plus Hotel is in front. Let's have a look at that. There you go. Who stayed in the P Plus Hotel? Anybody? If you have, what was it like? Drop a comment and let us know. Looks nice, looks big. I don't know much about that one, to be totally truthful with you, but it does look quite impressive. And we're just going to have a pop our head around the corner and have a look here. See, again, you can see there's a lot going on there. Oh, look, the little boy with his badminton racket. Fair play. Excellent. And there you go. Any of you health and safety experts, I'll leave you to do the critique. All right, let's carry on back round. So there we go, guys. Now, what I would ask is if you live or have stayed long term, not like a couple of weeks, I'm talking like 3 months. If you've had a long-term stay in any of the areas, please, you know, help the channel with the people that are watching this video. You know, please put the positives and the negatives. You know, just put Pattaya City positive, whatever you thought, negative, whatever you thought. Let's try and share our knowledge between us all, because, you know, with the amount of people on the channel, I really am sure that we can cover off pretty much everything that we need to worry about living in particular areas. Now, one of the nice things, if you chose to live here, is just up here on the left hand side is the Excite Club. Again, if you don't know what the Excite Club is, shame on you. You need to get yourself in there, boys. Trust me, I am not gonna lie, you will have a good time. And I'm sure those of you that have been in the Excite Club will vouch for me. Just put Excite / yes or no. Was it good? There we go there, look. Sadly, it's closed its doors. It's about the only thing in there that is closed. All right, so we're coming back to where I started off now, not far. Oh, I'm about to get run over. That didn't work very well. Okay. Woo. And on tomorrow's video, I'm going to be running through a lot of questions that you guys have fired in. If you do want any questions answering in detail, and I'm not talking about the live stream, I'm talking about where I can sit down like I do and spend some time and answer it. Please, guys, you know, pop a question on the channel below, drop a comment and let me know what you want me to talk about or anything you need to know. And if I know myself, I'll answer it, and if I don't, I'm sure we can cover it off on the channel. Now, one place here which is sadly closed is the Triangle Bar, because we're going through a lot of it at the moment, but the Triangle Bar just here on the left, really good bar, great place to start. 2 for 1 every day, 2 for 1, and have live music in there, etc, etc. So it's a good place to go to, really good place to go to, definitely a good starting point. I'm okay, thank you, maybe like up. All right, and there, up there is Soy Pothole, as we call it, all the bars. Lots of massage places, and unfortunately a lot of them are closed now. So that is Soy Pothole. All right, let's spin round. Let's head back to my motorbike. And yes, before you say it, I know where this one is. Only because I stuck it next to a 7-Eleven, so I couldn't forget. Oh, actually, this is the exchange. Oh, damn, nearly got myself. Sorry, can't talk up. I got the look then. She gave me the look. Oh, he's giving me the look. See, you boys are trying to get me killed out here. Right, let's have a look what we're looking at now. Here's your rates. 43.3 for the pound, euro 37.75, US dollar 31.20, the Aussie dollar 24.10, and yeah, looking good. All right. Incidentally, one of the places I am going to go to soon is Serenity Go once it reopens, and I'll bring a video and some photos to you in there. I was going to do it recently, but obviously with the shutdown I can't. But I will be in there. And there's another good place here, Witherspoons. I believe that they've moved now. Well, obviously not, they are moving, sorry. They've moved to a new location. I can't remember off the top of my head where it is, but they have moved to a new location, which is great news. Okay, let's nearly finish off now. I am getting myself in trouble here. I'm going to get run over. He's looking at him. Look, one hand on his bike, one hand on his mobile phone. No idea where he's going. Welcome to Pattaya. At least on a positive note, he had an helmet. Did I say he had a helmet or he is a helmet? I don't know, one of those. One or the other. And just up there in front of me, see over there, that's Cheap Charlie's. Cheap Charlie's do a great breakfast. Go in there. Cheap Charlie's is highly recommended, really good place. As is the curry home next door to it. So if you like a curry, there's another good Indian restaurant. So, oh, there you go. See, look, I found my bike. Not my old bike, but this bike. Right, let me spin round. All right, guys, so there you go. So that was Soy LK, and we did a quick loop round, finished off at Soy Excite, and Dan Soy Excite. Soy Pot on back here. And like I said, you know, hopefully that answers the questions about where to stay and what to think about. I mean, guys, what I want to do is ask you, please drop a comment. You know, what's your experience where you've had either a long stay or perhaps you even live? You know, what things do you like about where you stay? You know, Pattaya, East Pattaya, Pratumnak, Jomtien, or over in Naklua. All right, guys, that's it for me today on another Buzzin Walkabout. Thank you very much for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out our members area. More and more members joining each and every day, and lots more restaurants and bars, etc., coming on board offering you discounts. So that's fantastic. And as I say many times, check out our Telegram group. Over 2,500 people on there now, and lots of like-minded people just like yourself, all interested in Pattaya and what it has to offer. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and please, wherever you are, stay safe.